Hello everybody, welcome back to the 2021 Down East Players Cup presented by Eastern Disc Golf and Discbox. This is a PDGA A-Tier Ace Run Productions, once again bringing you this coverage. I am Felix.
And I'm Conrad.
We are switching venues to the Farmville Disc Golf Course, par 60. Conrad, tell us what we saw on the first round and what we got going on here.
All right, so the first round we were at West Meadowbrook, which was a very treacherous stretch for the FPO card. For round two, we have the lead card with Natalie Ryan. 38 career events and 19 career wins. It's a crazy ratio. We have Deanne Carey, 172 career events and 34 wins. We also have the one, the only, Holly Finley, 200 career events with 51 career wins. And we have Jay McGuire, 20 career events, 10 career wins.
That's close to 50%.
Just
Very
about.
close.
Just about. So we see that Natalie fared well, just 4 over at West Meadowbrook round 1. Deanne came in with 5, and Holly and Jay are 8 over coming into round 2. Hole 1 is a par 4 of 565 feet. You have OB along the entire left here. You have that wooded track that you want to stay out of. You want to come in, make this turn somehow, and then approach the basket. The basket is protected by those 2 guardian trees. You have water behind the basket that really shouldn't come into play. Let's see how this shapes up.
Yeah, there's also like a sneaky gap in between the tree line, kind of halfway through, which lends to more of the landing zone for the FPO players. So you'll probably see them trying to get closer to the short pad rather than trying to push the length of this first drive.
Yeah.
Natalie on the tee box first.
Straight, I think that's going to dip into the woods a little bit. And it does. It's going to restrict her approach. She's going to have to decide how she wants to get out of there.
Yeah, she's just pushed past that, where that sign is on the left-hand side there at the top of your screen, or bottom right of your screen. It's kind of where that short pad opens up and you got that little cutout to the left. That is pretty good there for Deanne. She might have that straight line through the wood line to get to the pin.
Yeah, she'll probably be a little pinched if she tries to take the turn. Holly playing over the OB with a flip up and landing in prime position for her second shot.
Almost a standstill type of delivery there for Jay.
Yeah, very slow run up, but good rotation.
Gets the kick out there at the end. Yeah, Deanne a little more pinched than I thought. I thought she was a little bit further up, so she's opting for the straighter shot.
Yeah, she tried to make the skip. It was doing it, but hit one tree. It's kind of blind from her position, but it'll leave her where she can approach. Jay taking it out wide.
Yeah, I totally got faked out. I thought she was going up the middle there, and then she swung it wide right. So I'm like, oh, all right. Holly in line with the straight gap here, so she's looking to flick something through here.
Slip out of her hand.
Luckily, she's still kind of right in the middle here, so she's got a putter upshot left. Settle.
That was nicely done.
Right by the tree, perfectly done. Yep. Have a short putt left for her part. Natalie here, like we said, she's kind of in the middle of everything, looking for a roller out.
Oh, it lands kind of awkward and kicks it to the left and short.
Quite a bit of work left there. Deanne with her third.
Just trying to put it next to the basket so she can... Oh, she left some meat on that.
Yeah, if you didn't watch round one, you could see there she's got her right thumb taped up. She's been dealing with a thumb injury that just recently happened, so some of these shots, especially her putt, seem to be getting affected by that. Saw the good shot there by Natalie. Jay going wide of the right tree.
And
maybe right behind it. A little bit of a longer look here for par. Down in.
Oh.
Just shy.
Stop rolling.
A little roll. Not too terrible, though.
Oh, well, it's behind it, but not that dead behind it.
Yeah.
Those trees are big enough that if you're really behind it, you won't see the basket at all. But
yeah. Good putt.
Jay makes it.
Catching just enough chains on the left side, low enough where it would just fall into the basket. This left for bogey. Good clean up there for Deanne. And Holly kind of right up against the tree there for her putt. Yeah, those trees are big, man.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell they've been there for at least a year.
Yeah, maybe 2.
Yeah, 100. Dead center for the par. This is quite a bit of a contrast from West Meadowbrook. I know we touched about it on the opening, but this is much more of a scoreable course for the ladies.
I will say that the wind still plays a huge factor here, like it did at West Meadowbrooks, but more so because of the openness of some of the holes.
Absolutely. It's par 2. I'm sorry, hole 2.
Par 2. Hole 3.
Hole 3. Hole 2, par 3, 395 feet. This is by no means a gimme. There's OB on this creek here on the right and left-hand side, with just a sliver of inbounds there. Big forehand, a turnover, or just a straight mid-range shot for the layup here, setting up for the second shot is probably what we'll see. Reaching this one on the fly is very difficult unless you've got really top-level power.
Yeah. Not just power, but also control, because the gap to get in there to approach is very small.
Yeah. Natalie going over the top with the turnover. Can she beat these trees?
She gets through. All right.
She's probably just outside of circle, I think.
No, it's further than that.
Okay.
Circle 2-ish.
Holly with a flip-up hyzer, finishing
land
left.
in the...
Stop.
And then skip into the OB. And it's hard because you can't really see that back OB from the tee. Like, you know it's there from the flags, but you can't really tell exactly where it stops.
This needs to be short. Stop.
That is short.
Okay.
And oddly enough, that's a really good position to be in, to be able to approach straight into the tunnel to the basket.
Yeah. T-Bird here for Deanne, who didn't play this hole when she had her practice round out here. She said, I think it's just a T-Bird to the middle. And she was right.
Yes, Jay has this straight look at it.
Slight bend, slide on up.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful shot. Holly throwing 3 here after her OB. Get off of it.
Through. Well, at least that's going to leave her with a putt.
Sidearm flick there for Deanne. Puts herself just about 25 feet, maybe a little closer. Natalie on a knee. Is she running this or is she laying it up?
She has to be running it.
It's got the height. A little left.
Ooh.
Just needs to sit.
The wobbly roll. Wow.
Oh, wow. It's still going.
Wow, that went like 5 times the distance that she was.
That's crazy. Long look here for Holly. Get it.
Oh,
just right
took
side.
The change, yeah.
Holly had such a good finish on the back 9 of round 1 to put herself back on the lead card here for round 2. So a little bit of a hiccup on this hole, but it's still early.
Yeah, I want to say at the turn on round 1, she was, fourth on the card.
Yeah.
But she, like you said, turned it around to make the lead card for round 2.
Yeah. Good pars there by Deanne and Jay. Holly a little obstructed there, but looks like she's got a clean stance.
Good putt. There's a putt.
So double bogey on this hole 2 here. Lefty tap in there for the bogey for Natalie.
Hole 3 is a par 3, 376 feet. You got this gap that you have to hit. It's probably about 100 feet off the tee. It's critical that you hit that. If it falls short, you will be potentially OB. As you come out into the fairway, it is OB the entire length of the hole, behind the hole, on both sides, left and right. So you're contending with the distance to get there, and also making sure that you control the flight to stay in bounds off of any potential skips. There really aren't any good indicators of what the wind is doing out in the field, so you just kind of have to play it by ear. That does make it over barely.
Just barely over the side, yep. Deanne taking the option to tee from the side. Some of these tees were a little uneven. That's not going to be in bounds, I think. Maybe.
And it looks like it stayed in bounds. Yeah, teeing from the side opens up, of course, a different angle for you, but also gives you different or more familiar footing than playing off of some of these tee pads.
It's a really good shot there by Natalie.
Yeah.
Holly with a nice flip. This looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
And that's Holly range there.
Oh yeah, you know she's running that. Jay here was safe. Throwing looks to be the passion. Little flip, little turn, and a little tree smack.
Yeah, that tree just like caught it, caressed it,
gently
let it
down.
down.
So Deanne was in bounds. You're right, and she's throwing a little hyzer approach here.
Great upshot.
Beautiful.
Jay going for a forehand approach here. Putting it out, swinging it back in, and that's perfect.
Nicely done. All right, Holly. Let's throw it in.
Oh, goodness gracious. Man, that was so good.
What a bid. She was doing that all the first round too, man. Her circle 2 looks and her approaches were just so clean.
And right there just came out a little early.
Let's see if Deanne can capitalize here on being safe after that first shot. And she does.
I realized I don't have to throw up grass because I can just figure out which way my hair's blowing.
Deanne using her hair as the wind indicator on her putts.
And you can see the reeds in the back are rustling.
Mm-hmm.
Trees are starting to rustling. So the wind is definitely a factor.
Yeah. Solid putt there for Natalie. Getting the par. Jay with a bogey, unfortunately. And Holly with the drop in as well. Oh, Deanne's got an apple in her hand.
What's that mean?
Every time I see her eating a snack on the course, it's always an apple. I don't know if she eats anything else but apples on the course. Let us know what your favorite snack is when you're on it during a round. Hole 4, par 4, 512 feet. OB on the left-hand side. We're flying by some of it now. Then it kind of stops and then it comes back. Runs the length of the hole there on the left. You got to make the turn going right towards the basket here. The stuff on the right here is not OB because if you're in there, you're taking a stroke. We've got a sandy area there to kind of catch your approaches as you come into this basket, but initially in this wind, we've also got OB a little further back on the left-hand side of the basket. But initially on the approach, you just want to get in the middle and then make your way into the right. This looks floaty and left and to left. And that has gone out of bounds. Natalie a little lower,
Nice
taking the
move,
wind
Wendy.
out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the middle, a little short, but there will be some options from there. You can see Destroyer in hand for Holly, but it's a flippy Destroyer.
Ooh, flips up and it's going on the right side.
Kind of on the edge of the junk there.
Yeah, like you were saying before, on the right side is its own type of natural penalty for being over there.
If it sticks, she'll be okay.
Oh.
And that's gone out of bounds as well. So 2 out of bounds on the drive there, not too unlikely. That's a nice setup shot there for Holly.
Yep. That's about all she could do. There's no way to really attack the pin from where she was. Jay trying to
Subtle turnover.
turn something over.
No!
Oh, got the tree direction.
And that's gone out of bounds. That was just drifting right so beautifully and then just one tree kick.
Minding his own business.
Natalie going
Going
high
high.
forehand. And she has stayed inside the tree line there. So
Yeah, kind of funnels his way in. I guess that would technically be, well, that's circle's edge, but off in the rough.
DM with a flick as well. Stay up.
And it's on the edge.
So hole 4 showing some teeth here. Holly with the only possible, I think, look at a par here for the group, and she has just about parked it.
Yeah. I was concerned about the landing at first. I thought it was sandy, but it started continued going. It's a little hard pan.
Yeah. So she'll be taking some strokes here on the card.
Jay going for the layout.
Yep. It looked like she was from the initial shot there. It looked like she was lining up a roller of some sort. I'm like, what is she doing? Good chip out there for Deanne. That time the same kind of did catch the disc. Natalie focusing in on this next shot.
Oh.
I didn't even think of that.
I'm pretty sure she didn't either. Yeah, from her look on focus, I don't think it was ever in her
Yeah.
field of view.
Still gets up and down though for the par. Oh yeah, that's right. I thought for some reason she had gone out of bounds, but I forgot her drive was right in the middle. So even with that hiccup there, she gets to par.
Dan taps in her bogey. Jay types in her bogey. No, that was a double.
Yeah.
Just like the graphic said.
Good par there for Holly. Playing the hole clean.
Looking at the Ace Run Pro score box, we see. Oh, do I have to do that whole thing again? Go back and watch round 1. Hole 5 is a par 3, 325 feet. You need to make this initial gap, or one of these initial gaps here. It's about 150, maybe 200 off of the tee pad. Then make your way outside into the opening. There is OB all around the hole, so you got to be mindful of that on the left, the right, and behind as you approach into the green. Again, with most of these holes, you'll see that the wind is going to be a factor. Either you're coming out of the woods or going into the wood line. So in the opening, the wind will affect the flight of your disc. That right there just got knocked straight down. Holly taking the wide open gap.
Settle.
Look at this.
Nice shot. She got about 25-foot putt left for birdie.
And this is slight uphill, too.
Yeah. Tian going with the Wraith.
Going a little higher. Ooh.
Stop.
And that just trickles OB.
Oh, just past the line.
Yeah, by like an inch.
Going with the lower, straighter shot. Needs some edge. This was just too understable to kind of catch edge, so just sits in the middle. Forehand approach here for Natalie. This looks good and wide. Skip up a little.
Yeah, that'll leave her with a putt.
Yeah, I'm sure she wanted that a little closer. Well, that dropped quick.
Yeah.
You can see there's a tailwind there. If you're looking at the
Deanne's hair?
Yeah, that too. There you go. Yeah. For her, it's more of a cross now, from her position anyway.
Yeah, and when you're looking at this, you see that there's really, you're looking at stuff in the background to try to indicate what the wind is doing, and that's not always an accurate description of what's happening by the basket. Just lays that up for the easy tap in.
Yep.
Holly's not laying it up.
She don't know how to lay up. Oh,
there you go.
What a putt.
The first green on the Ace Run Pro score box.
Nicely done, Holly.
Oh.
Short right.
Yeah.
These trays are just, I don't know if you can tell,
they
just
look thin.
Slightly,
like they're not deep.
They're just a little bit thinner than the regular disc catchers. And this is a disc golf park setup, so.
And technically, that really shouldn't, affect the disc going into the basket. It's just
staying though. Sometimes
the perception.
Yeah,
well, yeah, true.
You'll see some splashes kind of come out the back or the sides more that maybe would have been caught by a disc catcher. But we did a practice round with Noah Meitzma, Noah Fiveash, and Luke Sampson, and they were touching on how some of those putts that maybe 50-50 putts may not necessarily stick because of those baskets.
Yeah.
Or the trays.
Trays, yeah.
Hole 6, one of the more treacherous holes out here. This is a tough par 3. 372 feet. Off the tee, you're trying to make this initial gap here, but you need something that's going to be stable enough to almost immediately start fading left. If you push too straight, you'll be in that shoal in the back there, and it is very difficult to try to save a par from there. Really something straight to kind of set you up for a second shot is what you'll be looking at, but you really, like I said, you need to push something stable and far enough to make this gap here.
That flips up, goes in, and is turning. That is great.
Stop. Off of that tree. She's got a circle 2 look. That's one of the better drives we've seen on this hole from either the men's or the women's side.
Yeah. It's a really tricky hole to get into position like you want. Like this one is going too straight. This is going to push
too straight. Yep. And that's what we were talking about. You're tempted to just make sure you hit the gap, but you have to hit it with something that's going to fade.
Yeah, you have to hit it with angle.
Deanne taking a little bit more of the inside line,
but in the gap.
Yeah, just gets kind of knocked down by some of those roots. She didn't quite get the forward skip she was looking for. And Jay too low. Fights in though.
Wow.
I thought she was going to be outside, having to throw a roller into the gap there.
You can see the basket in the background, and then still having to make this turn.
It's kind of kicked back off of that tree.
Yeah.
So more than likely she'll be taking a bogey at best there. Deanne trying to make...
Oh.
That left side is tough. Like it's just boxed in. So a long look for her par. What a floaty half bid.
Yeah. Hey, that's a new spinoff channel.
Floaty half bid. Floaty half bid disc golf. Natalie is somewhere in there. You can see some movement. Going with a lefty forehand. And she's out.
Oh, wow. I didn't even pay attention to that.
Holly here with the circle 2 look.
Oh, and it's in. Nice bird.
Yeah, skipping her way into the run back. Has to go inside of that tree. Nice and high with just enough angle to come back and centers it.
Yes.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
The Duchess.
Jay with a long bid as well. Just a little left. And Natalie with this for par. Nope.
Oh.
Yep. She said nope.
Nope, out of her hand.
Her body was like, nope, you missed it. But the basket came in to work some overtime and brought it in. Clean up there for Jay. And Deanne for her bogey. Puts it in as well. So Holly gaining strokes on folks there, back-to-back birdies.
Put her back at even, where everyone else on the card is still over par. Moving on to hole 7, it's par 3, 246. You have this limb off the tee in the initial gap to contend with, so it's going to constrict how high you can throw this. You're aiming at this basket that's sitting up on this hill with a nice little wall in front of it and nothing behind it. So if you're going for this and you miss, you're going to have at best a circle 2 look coming back. And that's if you don't go OB. I didn't mention OB. There's OB everywhere.
Yeah, I feel like this play is like uphill because of the low ceiling. Like it's 246, but it's not.
Yeah.
You have to really commit to get it there. And Holly's done just that.
And she
sailed.
Got it there and some.
Okay. She stayed in bounds. This is a good line. Oh, it's starting to fade.
Yep. And there's some and some.
Okay.
And that's looking good.
Just needs to check.
Oh.
Oh, no, the wall.
Wow.
Right off the wall.
Okay, well, that's still left for inside the circle.
I was just going to say, nobody's playing it out wider and kind of letting it check. That's
the hardest golf shot right there. Is
Yeah.
the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah. So Jay will have a look. She just have to putt above the wall.
Holly just laid up.
She did. Yeah, that's rare.
I think that's the first one in this event.
Big high,
That's a bid.
floaty bid.
All right.
Sat
Not bad.
down.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jay with this left, just outside the circle, and cashes it for the birdie. Let's get the run back on that one. Nice dead center, good height, just outside the circle with a jumper. Very nicely done. And she's feeling it.
Oh.
Little right side the whole way.
Yeah.
When you're putting uphill, you like consciously think, all right, the disc is going to fade more, so you push it a little more right. Sometimes you push it too far right, playing for that fade. Deanne with this left to clean up her par. Yep, and does so. I thought Holly was going to putt with a mini for a second there. There we go.
It's not that type of game.
All right, so there you see the scores here. Jay having a little bit of a rough go here to start. Moving on to hole 8, par 3, 317 feet. These holes all run parallel next to each other, which can kind of be distracting here, but a straight shot here, you want to make either one of these initial gaps here to finish slightly right off the tee box. Again, you have that sandy green to try to kind of catch your shots as they're coming in, but this is one that the FPO division is definitely trying to birdie.
Yeah, definitely a shot shape that everyone should have in the bag. Oh, and that is a great shot there.
Wow. Beauty. Holly electing for the hyzer route. Stop.
Oh.
And the sand kind of slowed that down a bit, or she could have been another 20 feet to the left. Natalie going with the turnover. That looks a little low.
Yeah.
It's made one of the initial gaps there. And this is one of the tees that was particularly kind of lopsided. So Deanne opting to tee from the left side. And
She puts it low too, doesn't quite get inside the tree line.
yeah, that was her Valkyrie there. Just didn't quite give it the height. Nice soft approach onto the beach. Big high floaty bid there again from Natalie. And Holly
The one tree in her way.
probably circles edge. Oh, cans
Not
it
in the
in.
way. Nice bird. Let's
Another
go
one.
for the run back.
Right just outside the circle, around the tree, right side. She is putting on a putting clinic. Good putt there for Deanne as well. Holly under par now for the round, I believe. Yeah,
Yes,
one
one
down.
under.
So she's making the most of this course. Great drive. Easy birdie there for Jay. And she's starting to get some momentum going as well with a couple of back-to-back birdies.
So as we take a look at the Ace Run Pro score box, this is
Oh, okay.
hole 9 here at Farmville. It's a par 4, 530 feet. You got this swooping right shot off of the tee to this generous landing area. There is OB along the left side the entire way. You do need to come into this this line of guardians that's guarding the green. So pick your gap and make your way there. And then easy putt for birdie. That's how I play it.
Sure.
Yeah.
The mistake that most people make is they'll push their drive too straight here
Yeah.
and not enough turn, and then you can
And-
go out of bounds,
Just like that.
and that happens quite a bit.
Yeah. And it's easy to do it, especially if you're playing from this, somewhat guarded area and you're thrown out into the open where the disc is going to be exposed.
Yeah. If you're throwing a forehand here, you feel like you almost have to saw it off to make sure that you get the right angle. Otherwise, you have a tendency unless this is super stable, that's going to be trouble. And
And
that's out of bounds.
Yep.
You really have to push that inside line. Even with the turnover, you have to come uncomfortably close to the right side coming out of this tee box here. That looks really good.
yeah.
That's her Valkyrie again, and that is picture perfect.
Yeah.
Is that the Valkyrie? This thing is so flippy.
Jay here playing from the edge of OB. Ooh, that's turned over.
That will cut.
Cut roll.
Yep. It takes her away from the basket.
Yeah.
We'll see what she's got left from there.
Yeah, that's what Bruce.
Bruce the Moose on DN Carey's bag.
Trying to find our
Little
way through the
turns.
gaps.
A little too turnt.
Yeah, did not make it through the Guardians. Pick your line.
Just going straight for it through the gap.
Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect.
Beautiful touch there. That's gutsy. You're almost just throwing at the trees and saying, I'm not going to hit them.
I mean, they are mostly air.
So
Allegedly.
they say, yeah. Deanne taking the right side and kind of hoping to filter left. Kind of just got a
Filters
straight
through.
finish, though.
Yeah. Only concern with that is when you get in there, there are limbs that are still hanging down, kind of in your way. Jay with a nice approach. I mean,
That
if
was
you're going to tap it in, that's what you want to do right there.
picture perfect. Forehand touch approach here for Natalie.
It's another easy putt.
A long bit here for Deanne.
No change needed.
Sticks in that
Great bird.
that shallow tray we were talking about. Must have heard us talking about it. Just nice high hyzer putt. Finishing left. Catches the back edge of the tray and settles. Fantastic birdie. Holly with a long bid as well from outside the circle. And
Back
that's
to back. All right.
back-to-back birdies, back-to-back runbacks. Holly giving it just enough nose up where it bounces off of the tray and sticks in the basket. And the bogey there for Natalie after going OB on the drive. Jay as well. So Deanne and Holly taking a couple of strokes on the card there to finish out the front nine. So there you see again the Ace Run Pro scoreboard. Holly 2 down through the front nine right now, really making a push up the leaderboard on this front nine. Want to thank you guys all for joining us for the front nine here from Farmville Disc Golf Course. This is round 2 of the Down East Players Cup. We'll have the back nine coming your way shortly. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Ace Run Pro. We've got some cool giveaways going on. As always, we want to thank our Patreon supporters as well for helping to make coverage like this possible. Head on over to patreon.com/AceRunPro. Support coverage like this and help us bring you more disc golf content. Let's run it.